Okay, today we want to talk about the wrap rows. Wrap rows, right? It accepts three parameters. So first is the data you want to reshape, and then how many items you want per row, and then packed with what, right? So let's take a look at the example here. Well, from here in a row, right? We're gonna turn it into this, right? How to do this? So let's let wrap rows. Okay, wrap the rows. So you give them a row of data and then say that, right, I want to wrap it into row by row, right? So, and each row, since every row is three, right, you're going to put it as three, right, and enter. And that's it, right? So, can we wrap rows if the data, if the source, right, is in vertical, right? Now, let's just see, right, if it's here, right? So, let's see again, right? Wrap rows, and then we just highlight vertical data and then comma 3, right? So well, it's actually yes, it will still work, right? Because that whether it's a vertical data or a horizontal data or vertical data, right, it will still wrap it into row of 3 per row, right? So that is called wrap rows. So I have data for you to try out as well, right? So now let's take a look at wrap columns, right? Wrap columns. So what is wrap columns? Right, columns, right, is about the same, right? Um, so it wrap it into uh, every column 3 items. So it's column, right? You can see that it's column right there. Okay, let's take a look at this, right? So equal wrap columns, and then we highlight this list, right? And then comma. Now what if I say that I highlight a few more, right? A few more items, right? Assuming that there's no, right? So then I just put there that's 3, right? And then enter, right? And you get this here. Okay, so you get an additional value here. You can see that here, right? This is not there, right? So if I just adjust this, right? So it becomes A, B, C, D, F, right? As you can see, that is 3 items per column, right? So now if I change it to 4, right? So it's going to be 4 items per column, and you're going to have this uh, additional unknown issue right here. So how do you deal with that, right? Is that you use the last pack with, right? What's the pack with, right? So you can pack with something else, right? So you can say this no data, right? Or no data, right? Or empty, right? So you can see that now it will now change to just that no data, right? Whenever there is, they gotta fill it, right? Because it's no longer 3 items per column. So that is wrap rows and wrap columns, right? Wrap columns, right? And yeah, there's one more thing, right? Is that it's 2 columns, right? What is that 2 column, right? Again, right? So you have a lot of 2D data, right? And then you can wrap it into just a single column, right? So what is 2 columns, right? Let's just see here one more, right? Is that it convert a 2D range, right, into a single column by reading it column by column, top to bottom, then left to right, top to bottom, right. Oh, right. So, okay. Yeah, that's it, right? So you can see that 1, 2, 3, and so on, right? So it's to a column, right? Just a column, rather than as a multiple column. If you want multiple column, you use WrapCols, right? Thanks for watching.